with in the military, for me, school was tough. The more one-on-one attention at Kaiser, I really thrived off of, and just the teachers that seem to reach out to you and care. I think that little push right there kept me dedicated. I became owner of this gym because I was once an intern with Kaiser. My name is Will Doyle, and I am a Kaiser University graduate.
My name is Alex Avila, and I'm in the sports medicine program. The biggest thing I liked about Kaiser was the fact that you're able to focus on one course at a time. We have incredible instructors who are very knowledgeable in this field. You're going to learn a lot about sports, injuries, nutrition, and things that are going to be able to help you become an athletic trainer, a nutritionist, physical therapy. If you're looking to stay in that sort of medical field, but you like sports as well, then this is the program to go. I would definitely recommend the school to anybody. It's a great school. They really help you out, and I think they train you well for the real world.
In honor of National Fruit and Fitness Day, the Sports Medicine and Fitness Technology students provided body fat checks. Fellow Kaiser students, faculty, and staff tested their body fat percentages using the pinch test technique. The Sports Medicine and Fitness Technology students would then calculate the person's height, weight, and pinch test results to see where the person falls in body fat percentage. Thanks for watching.
This is what I love. I get fired up hitting golf balls, and I get to come here and work with kids, and to see them light up, it's contagious. I work at the Ells for Excellence Center, and I'm the Recreation Services Coordinator. It was tough getting out of the service and trying to reintegrate back into normal society, and being able to transition from the service into a classroom environment with instructors who were tough and expected more. I wouldn't have this job if it wasn't for Kaiser University. My name's Daniel Holsey. I'm a graduate of Kaiser University, College of Golf, and Sport Management.
I think everything in life is self-discipline. The military initially gave me a love for fitness. It just became therapy for me. I heard about Kaiser University through a battle buddy that I was overseas with in the military. For me, school was tough. The more one-on-one attention at Kaiser, I really thrived off of, and just the teachers that seem to reach out to you and care. I think that little push right there kept me dedicated. I became owner of this gym because I was once an intern with Kaiser. My name is Will Doyle, and I am a Kaiser University graduate.
My name is Alex Avila, and I'm in the sports medicine program. The biggest thing I liked about Kaiser was the fact that you're able to focus on one course at a time. We have incredible instructors who are very knowledgeable in this field. You're going to learn a lot about sports, injuries, nutrition, and things that are going to be able to help you become an athletic trainer, a nutritionist, physical therapy. If you're looking to stay in that sort of medical field, but you like sports as well, then this is the program to go. I would definitely recommend the school to anybody. It's a great school. They really help you out, and I think they train you well for the real world.
Here I am. Okay. Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to our virtual information session today on sports medicine and fitness technology, sports management, and exercise science. I hope you all are doing well and are healthy. I'm President Christoph. I'm the campus president for the Port St. Lucie campus of Kaiser University, and we're excited to have you join us today. We have a great lineup for you this afternoon, giving you some information on those programs. We have our program director. We have some faculty members. We have our director of admissions, who you'll hear from next. We have some alumni and we have a student of ours. So get ready for some great information. Please feel free to ask your questions in the chat box and we'll look forward to answering them for you. Thanks again for joining us. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Ron Lewis.
Thank you, Ms. Kristoff. My name is Ron Lewis. I'm the Director of Admissions for the Port St. Lucie campus. And I'd like to provide for you a little bit of background about our university. Kaiser University was founded in 1977 by Dr. Arthur Kaiser and his mother, Mrs. Evelyn Kaiser. They started with one program, one student, and a simple philosophy: students first. They were able to start with one student due to their unique curriculum featuring one class at a time per month. This wheel curriculum structure allows new students to join programs during 12 different start dates throughout the year. This unique approach to education continues today in the majority of our educational programs. Today, Kaiser University is a not-for-profit, level 6 regionally accredited university offering over 100 degree programs from the associate to doctoral levels. We deliver these programs on campus, online, or in a hybrid format, which is a combination of both. We have more than 20 campuses throughout Florida and most of the major population centers, including our more traditional flagship campus in West Palm Beach, where we have more than 20 sports teams. And together, we are all the Seahawk Nation. Our objective at Kaiser University is to provide career-focused education in degrees that are in demand in our communities that lead to solid career opportunities. Our presentation today will outline our sports medicine and fitness technology, sport management, and exercise science degree programs. And here to help you with that information about those incredible degrees is our program director, Dr. Siobhan Trojalides, and one of our instructors, Professor Thomas Barnett. Professor Trojalides.
Thank you, Ron. Welcome, everybody. We are going to give you some background information on sports medicine, fitness technology, exercise science, and sport management. You will get to meet two of our current instructors, Professor Barnett and Dr. Abner. We're going to speak with a current student, Brian, in the sport management program, and then 2 or 3 students who have graduated in sport medicine and fitness technology and also exercise science. So we have a full agenda for you and I hope you enjoy. At any time, if you feel like you have to ask a question, feel free to just type it in the box and we'll get to that question as soon as we can. I'd like to give you a little background on Kaiser University first before we get to the programs. And that is that Kaiser University is unique in the way we deliver classes. In sport medicine, exercise science, sport management, we do one class at a time. And that goes for a lot of our programs here on campus as well. But basically, we are in one class for 1 month. We meet every day, Monday to Thursday, from 8 to 1. And after that 1 month or 4 weeks, that class ends, and then you move on to a new one. So it's really kind of neat. For example, in our winter session, and we do have 3 sessions, winter, summer, fall. In the winter session, we have an A, B, C, and D term. So a student would take a class in the A term, January, another class in the B term, February, and so on. So it's really kind of neat because you are only concentrating on one class at a time. So then in the year, you will have taken 12 classes, which is more than you'd take at any other college or university. You graduate sooner, and you have your dream job much quicker. Our classes are totally on ground, 100%, but you know, in today's times, we're kind of migrating and doing everything 100% online. And so with that in mind, we thought it would be kind of neat to present to you this virtual program info session. So with that, I'd like to start with sports medicine and fitness technology. And in that, we have 2 degrees. The first is an Associates of Science in Sports Medicine and Fitness Technology. This program takes only 18 classes, or a year and a half. While you're in the program, you graduate with 1 certification. That certification is usually at the lower level. So you're probably looking at a certified personal trainer, but there are other options available. Some of the classes that are in this program are nutrition, weight control, kinesiology, physiology. You may do an appraisal of fitness and wellness or a principles of fitness and wellness class. Those lower level core classes really prepare you for that personal trainer exam. Also in this program, you can elect to take sports psychology, sport administration, or basically any elective course in a field that may be of interest to you, but outside sports medicine and fitness technology. The other program we have is the Bachelor of Science in Sport Med. Here, you're looking at probably 44 classes, about 3.5 years, maybe a little bit less. In core, you earn 2 certifications. Those certifications are usually personal training and then some kind of specialty. So at the lower level in the Bachelor of Science program, you're taking those same classes I mentioned previously. Your nutrition, your weight control, your kinesiology, physiology. You're doing principles of fitness and wellness. You're doing appraisal of fitness and wellness. And you're very well prepared at that point to take that personal training exam. But then you go into the upper level classes, and in the upper level core, you're doing more specialized or concentrated courses toward a specific certification. For example, you may do strength training and conditioning and earn that certification. Another course we offer is nutrition and health and exercise, and you may want to take that route in your certifications. Another one is programming for special populations. So you're dealing with people that have, for example, knee replacements or back surgery. And then the last one that I want to point out is corrective exercise. This happens to be my favorite. This is a certification all in itself. This class basically looks at assessment of imbalances in population. And that population can be anywhere from infant all the way up to senior adult. And when you're going through those assessments, you're looking at strategies to correct dysfunctional movement. I am a great example. I'm a client. I have osteoporosis full blown in my left hip. I'm bone on bone. And so after time, you start to make adjustments because pain does that to you, right? So those imbalances start to cause you to favor one side or another, and the muscles become unbalanced. And so you're looking at dysfunctional movement because my hip hurts, now I'm favoring it, and now I'm bending forward and my back starts hurting. And so this class is all about correcting those imbalances, which is really quite fun. So in the Bachelor of Science program at the upper level, you really get into the core components and specifics of what you want to concentrate when you graduate. Mr. Barnett is going to talk to you a little bit about the Exercise Science program.
Hey guys, yeah, so exercise sciences are a lot of similarities to our sports medicine and fitness technology programs. As Dr. T already mentioned, we do cover the things like principles of health and fitness, things like motor behavior. We even get to cover strength and conditioning. But what exercise science does is pretty much it helps to prepare you for the next level degree. And it does that by adding in more scientific concepts like chemistry, biology, physics, and then an upper level physiology course that is not required for sports medicine and fitness technology. A couple things we do in this, we get to apply it for, let's say, more of a special clientele. So sometimes it is performance based, where we get to focus on things like functional movement screening. We even go through Olympic lifting and powerlifting. For example, we do host the Special Olympics powerlifting team here locally. And we also try to make things more applied. And I think that's a product of our format with having one class at a time and having that class for 4 or 5 hours in one session. We get the opportunity to spend more time focusing on the why we're learning certain things. So a good example here, and in my undergrad, I thought it was really funny once I started to understand all this material. So in my undergrad, I took an exercise physiology course, and they taught us about the Krebs cycle. If you have any idea what the Krebs cycle is, we have some graduates here. They probably are having a little bit of a nightmare about that right now. But I had no idea what the Krebs cycle was. I learned every single step in it, didn't know why I was learning about it. I just knew the steps. Well, here what we try to do is learn those same steps, but we figure out why we use it, and then we make it applied in the sense of, well, when would someone use it? And why is it even important? There's certain training protocols that help stimulate that cycle to make us perform better. So that would be a performance example. We also take courses like kinesiology. We have some equipment we get to utilize. We call it the Spiker Box electromyography, where students get to actually test activation of muscles through different exercises so they can see firsthand if they really think an exercise is working this muscle group. We can compare it and see if it's working as good as they really thought. And some of our students have found that some of those exercises they were doing weren't quite as effective as they had hoped. So some really unique stuff, and it's fun to put scientific principles to it. And that's pretty much it. What do you got else there, Dr. T?
I'd like to talk to you just for a few minutes on the Bachelor of Science in Sport Management degree. This degree requires 40 classes, and while you're in core, you earn 2 certifications. You also are able to go out on 4 externships. That's very much similar to the Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science degree that Mr. Barnett just spoke to you about. In Sports Med, we do 2 externships at the lower level. In the bachelor's program, we do 2 at the upper level as well, so that's 4. In the Exercise Science degree, we do 3 externships. And in the sport management degree, we also do 4 externships. So students have plenty of opportunity as they go through core and they find out what they really love and what they want to do, is to pick sites and externships that concentrate on those loves. In our sport management degree, extremely comprehensive. You're doing accounting, you're doing business law, sport marketing, sport promotion, sport management, public relations. You're looking at consumer behavior. You might do some venue event management, finance, economics. It's really a very well-rounded degree, as our current student, Brian Claudio, is going to tell you in just a couple minutes. With that, I would like to introduce Brian. He is a current student. He lives in St. Cloud, Florida, so he travels to get here on campus. Now, he loves his online classes, but most of the classes that we do here do require on ground. So, it's just a combination of both. Our sport management degree is what they call hybrid. So you do part-time on campus and part-time online. So, Brian, what do you have for us today?
Thank you, Dr. T. Like Dr. T said, I do travel about an hour and a half just to get to Port St. Lucie, but that is because I went to UCF for about a year after I got my AA at Valencia, but I did not like the program that they had, the business program. You only met about possibly 5 times in the whole 6 months. And I really like the one-on-one classes that Kaiser provides, that 1 class per month, which helped me focus on that specific class, which it could be accounting to financial to sports management. Not only that, the externships. We have, like Dr. T said, 4 externships in our 4 years there. And right now, over the summer, I'll be doing an externship with the Sports Commission down in Fort Pierce, I believe it is. And that's a great opportunity for me to get hands-on on the field before I even graduate. If I could give any advice to the new students coming in, it's just follow what your dreams and be happy with it. I kind of lost myself at UCF doing something that I didn't really want because it was close to home. And that affected everything around me. But now that I'm at Kaiser, I feel that I'm doing what I want. I'm happier, and I really enjoy the classes that they provide. If you have any questions for me, you just leave in the chat below, and then I'll be able to answer them towards the end. So I'm gonna toss this back to Dr. T.
Thank you, Brian. We really appreciate having Brian in the program. As you can tell, he is very passionate about the study of sports management, and he knows pretty much where he wants to go and where he wants to be when he's finished. So we definitely enjoy you. Thank you, Brian, very much. Next, we have another instructor in the program, Dr. Abner. Now, she also travels. She comes from Orlando to teach at the Port St. Lucie campus, and she teaches in both the sport medicine fitness technology program and exercise science program. So welcome, Dr. Abner.
Hello, and thank everybody for coming to our virtual information session. Again, my name is Dr. Abner, and I do live in Orlando. And typically the first question everybody asks is, wow, how far of a drive is that? My answer I always give is, the drive doesn't bother me as much because I enjoy the people that I work with and I love the students that are in my classes. So that always makes the drive worth it. I have a doctorate degree in athletic training and currently teaching full-time online, as well as doing just side work in athletic training at Disney Wide World of Sports. Athletic training is my passion. I do love it. It's a medical profession that mainly focuses on, prevention of, examination, treatment, and rehabilitation of your injuries and any type of medical illnesses. My population that I typically deal with are more of your athletic population. So I do enjoy working with that because it always provides a challenge for me. I do teach a couple classes. I teach advanced care and prevention of athletic injuries. I would say, just because it deals with athletic training, it's one of my favorites. We focus on injury recognition and how we treat those injuries. And one of the best parts about the class is I teach the students, teach you, how to tape and wrap different type of injuries that you may see within your clinic or throughout your profession. I also teach research methods. Research methods is an amazing class. It helps you to stay current within your profession, learning how to, read, understand, dissect materials, just to improve yourself as a clinician, as a professional, especially once you finish school and graduate. Another class that I teach is exercise programming for special populations, as Dr. T mentioned before. We focus on all populations that are currently being treated for any type of medical injury or condition. So, even though they may be currently receiving treatment, doesn't mean that they shouldn't have the equal opportunity for exercise and overall health and well-being. So it's important that we learn how to design and develop programs for every individual and not just our healthy population. And then the last class that I teach that I love teaching is nutrition. In this class, we focus, on proper nutrition, proper, body weight balance. And that's just something that I enjoy because it's something that as soon as you learn it, you can readily apply it to yourself as well as to future clients and patients that you may be dealing with. If you have any questions for me, this or the classes I teach, put it in the comment box below. I look forward to chatting with you. And I hope that you and your loved ones are staying safe, take care, and stay healthy. Back to you, Mr. Barnett.
Thanks, Dr. Abner. Yeah, we love to have Dr. Abner here. We love seeing our students get to work on some of that hands-on injury prevention. So doing all that taping, it's something that doesn't get covered enough in our field. So whether you want to be an athletic trainer or not, it's something valuable to have in your toolbox, you would say. The next person we have is a recent graduate. We have Deanna Myers. Deanna was actually one of my very first students here at Keiser University. She graduated November 2018 in exercise science. She's since landed a position with Mercy Hospital in Arkansas as a fitness center director. Deanna boasted a 4.0 perfect GPA for us, which was always a nice treat to see. Deanna, what can you tell us about our programs?
Hi, everybody. Thanks for the introduction. I would definitely say that your programs more than prepared me for my job here at Mercy. I'm a personal trainer on top of doing the coordinating position. I handle instructors and I handle classes also. We started up a CrossFit program here, so I got certified to coach that. And let me tell you, when it comes down to having the skills to address athletes and just clients, knowing your materials is key. It really is. And Keiser more than prepared me for that. And I'm really grateful for you and Dr. T for really preparing me, and you guys let us work in the lab enough to give us that hands-on time that we really needed, that you're not going to get to experience in a lot of other college situations because they're just running you through lectures. I went to a different college before I transferred to Kaiser, and that was what I really saw was it was mainly lecture, not as much lab time, and getting that lab time at Kaiser, I think really, saved my butt sort of when it came to being at a job that you are hands-on. This is what we do exercise science or sports medicine for, is because we want to be with our clients. We want to be hands-on. We want to be helping them, achieve their goals, for, athletic reasons, just weight loss. I train a lot of CrossFit people that just want to be able to move more functionally, or I have powerlifting clients and they just want to hit certain numbers. So it's been really fun to be able to apply what I've learned at college and bring it with me to my clients, my employees. I just couldn't have asked for a better education. Thank you, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the chat.
Thanks, Deanna. Yeah, Deanna was one of my first students. She was really good for me as a new instructor. I came all the way from South Carolina after meeting Dr. T briefly. It felt like the right fit for me, and she just made life really easy for us as a transitory period for me. So thank you so much, Deanna, and thanks for speaking for us. We also have another recent graduate. This is Tony Jones. Tony Jones, also an exercise science graduate in April 2018. Tony is pursuing a graduate degree, and he also got to experience one of my favorite externship sites. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that, Tony?
Hi, thanks for having me, guys. My name is Tony Jones. I entered the Kaiser University Exercise Science program in March of 2015. And after a few months, I was quickly reminded just how much I didn't like school. But however, the small class sizes and the one class at a time was ideal for me. And the instructors were available for you to answer any questions. And that was great since I didn't like school in the beginning. But I really had a passion for learning all I could about exercise science and the effect that it has on the human body. Once the prerequisites were over and the core classes began, that was an exciting journey in itself. I really enjoyed the interaction, the real world interaction, the kind you get with the faculty members and the off-campus field trips. There you get to actually practice what you've experienced or learned in the classroom in its real world setting. And for me, hands-on, that was fantastic. The program's internship was great, whereas though if you were interested in doing an internship and they weren't actually on the list, you would just speak with Dr. T and she would magically somehow make them available to you. And speaking of, that's how I got to be able to intern at the St. Lucie Mets training facility, Barwick's Methods, to experience an opportunity of training with major and minor league baseball players, and that was cool. Well, I graduated in April 2008, and I decided to continue my education towards a doctorate in chiropractics. Now, that decision was largely influenced by the experience I had during the exercise science program at Kaiser University. Had it not been for Dr. T and the faculty there, and the fact that they made sure that you didn't fall through the cracks, and if you needed extra help, they gave it to you. You got it. So if I had any advice to give to the new students coming in for sports administration, it would be this: grind out the prerequisites. They're tough, but it'll be over before you know it. And then don't stop challenging yourself. And I heard someone say, don't stop asking why, and that's important. Undoubtedly, you chose the path, this path here, to help people. They're out there, they need your help, so go get them, and don't stop having fun. Thanks for having me. Any questions, please feel free to leave them at the bottom of the chat, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Back to you, Dr. T.
Hey, thanks, Tony. You know, I was going to ask you what your favorite parts of having one class at a time is, but you've already answered that question. I mean, you mentioned, you know, your military activities and your family and your friends and job, and, you know, there's just a lot to juggle, and having that one class at a time makes it so much easier, right?
Absolutely. I mean, without a doubt, that's a game changer there in studying.
And you know what's really kind of funny is that we're noticing the skeletons on your door behind you. And we're looking at the bones and the muscles, which obviously continues to be a big part of your day and your studies as a chiropractic doctor. So we wish you well and thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, you're very welcome. Next up, we have another graduate. His name is Ron Ferguson. He graduated in August of 2018 with the Bachelor of Science in Sport Med and Fitness Technology. Ron is currently living in Port Orange and is also doing some graduate studies. So tell us about that, Ron.
Yeah, absolutely. Good afternoon, everyone. Like Dr. T said, I graduated in the summer of 2018 with my degree of a Bachelor of Science in Sports Medicine and Fitness Technology. And before I talked a little bit about the actual sports medicine program, I wanted to share a little bit of my experience attending Kaiser. So I am a military vet. I'm prior service, and I served 10 years in the Air Force before I decided to separate and go back to school. So it was to my surprise and much pleasure that when I started school at Kaiser, they were very accommodating to the military vet, and it made my transition into civilian life much easier, especially attending class with other prior service military vets like Tony Jones, who you just spoke to. So it made my transition into civilian life way better because I got to interact with other students who shared my same past experiences. Now, as far as sports medicine goes, I just have to shout out Dr. T. From day one, she was a great teacher, director, and mentor. She was very hands-on and really highly active and highly energetic. And it just made the atmosphere a positive atmosphere day in and day out. One of the things that I really enjoyed, aside from the multiple field study opportunities that were provided by the program, were my externships. One in particular, when I was able to do an externship at Premier Wellness with Dr. Bill Jensen, who is a chiropractor, he really, that experience really helped me focus in on what I wanted to do with my sports medicine degree. And so fast forward to current day, I'm actually a doctor of chiropractic student at Palmer College of Chiropractic in Port Orange, Florida. And it's amazing. And I wouldn't have been able to get to this point without everything from the sports medicine program. So hats off. It really provided me the opportunity to really seek my passion and follow my dreams. Any advice that I would have for new students or upcoming students is, number one, take advantage of every opportunity. You're going to have opportunities to get certified in different arenas under the sports medicine umbrella. You're going to get different opportunities to get out into your community and meet people and get some face time. So really dig in and take advantage of every single opportunity that is presented to you. Also, I like to say that you really do get in or you get out of the program what you put in. I want to tell you right now, if you intend to pursue further education after you complete your bachelor's or your associate's degree, the core information with anatomy and physiology that you're going to learn in that program is going to be compounded upon once you get into a graduate or a doctorate program. So really own that information and really put your best foot forward, because it's going to be the foundation that you need to accomplish your future goals. Lastly, have fun with it. You're going to spend a lot of time on campus with the instructors and with the faculty and the other students. So make it an enjoyable time. You're really investing in your future. So that's really all I have. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to drop those questions in the chat, and I will be more than happy to answer them for you. Thanks.
Thanks, Ron. I know that you are also studying very hard at Palmer in the Doctor of Chiropractic program. I don't see the skeleton and the muscle charts behind you, but I'm sure you'll get them at this point. I'm just kidding. I really, oh, there they are. Good work. So he does have them. I really appreciate you joining us, and I thank you very much. Next, what we'd like to do is take a couple of minutes and look at each program in terms of potential jobs you might earn when you graduate, and talk a little bit about our externship sites and where you can get the experience to get that perfect job once you finish your degree. First, we're going to talk about sports med and fitness technology, and both the associate's and the bachelor's degree here really concentrate in core more on specific publics. For example, in fitness technology and sports med, you are a personal trainer. You may be doing group exercise, you may be a wellness coach, you're activities director, you're working in recreation, corporate fitness. Maybe you're interested in being a CEO and owner of your own gym. So for sports med and fitness technology, you can think of that more in terms of dealing with the public population. In sport management, we're looking basically in the background or behind the scenes, although sometimes this person is more in the public than usual. But the sport management Bachelor of Science degree really teaches you the management aspect of sports. And so this person might do sport finance, maybe sports sales, facility operations, maybe ticket operations, event management. You might want to be athletic administrator or sports broadcasting, maybe in public relations. So there's all kinds of opportunities for each of the sports medicine, sport management graduate. Remember, sports medicine is more dealing with public, and the sport management person is kind of background behind the scenes, but in the management aspect. Mr. Barnett, what about exercise science?
Yeah, so with exercise science, we tend to see more of a specialization, if you will. So we do see a lot of exercise science graduates become strength and conditioning coaches. Some of them become tactical strength coaches, which would mean they work with the military population. We see some become exercise physiologists, and exercise physiology tends to be the more difficult topic. So that extra science, as Mr. Ferguson had mentioned, it becomes a huge staple for them. So it's really valuable for that kind of a person. Anyone that's going to be clinical would really benefit from that background. So different special populations, cancer or medical exercise specialists, something along those lines with exercise science.
Okay, and a little bit about externships. Again, we have sites that accommodate each of these degrees. So sports medicine, exercise science might choose to work with Cleveland Health or Martin Health in their fitness facility or rehab facility. We have a Premier Fitness and Wellness, and that is all rehab. That's our board of director, Doctor of Chiropractic. We have small gyms like Sarah Fitness, maybe Mission Fitness, what else? Anytime Fitness in Fort Pierce. These are what we call kind of a smaller type of gym externship. But again, you can go real big to any kind of facility, gym facility you wish. It's just totally up to you. And then, you know, for the person that's more interested in the management or the athletic training aspect, we work with high schools all over. Right now we have Centennial, we have PSL, Fort Pierce, Jensen Beach High School. They are all part of our externship list. So as a couple of our graduates have alluded to, if there's a site, and our list is about 33 long, if there's a site that you're particularly interested in that's not on the list, does happen, Professor Barnett and I will go out, talk to the site, get the agreement signed, and talk about what it is they do for you in externship. So we definitely want to make that happen because, you know, it's your time and your experience and hopefully going to lead to that perfect job. While you're in your core program, we like to schedule those externships near the end so that you get the experience the person that you are spending time with is so thrilled with your expertise that they hire you. And that's generally what happens, is we'd like to get you that job before you graduate so that you're good to go. What I'd like to do is introduce Leslie Haviland. She is our Director of Student Services, and she's going to talk to you a little bit more on resumes and what she does as far as job placement.
Thanks, Dr. T. Hi, I'm Leslie Haviland. I'm the Director of Student Services at Kaiser in Port St. Lucie, and I worked at this campus for over 11 years now in student services. Myself, along with my team members, we help you with a lot of different things while you're here as a student, as well as an alumni. And one of those things is your resume, and helping you with your resume and mock interviews, potentially a cover letter to help you get that job. One of the great things about working here and working with Dr. T and her team is that we really don't have to do too much of the job placement, because most of our students get hired at those great externship sites that our students and our staff and faculty have discussed today. So they make our job really easy. But we also help with some other resources as well. Ups and downs. When you're a student, you may find yourself looking for a new apartment or a new roommate or childcare and things like that. We do assist you with those resources. We can refer services to you in the community. We also manage a leadership distinction program. So when you do that resume and mock interview, they count towards your graduation from our leadership distinction program, where you can earn red cords at graduation, as well as a certificate and a letter from our campus president that you can add to your professional portfolio. And we have guest speakers for those classes throughout the month. Right now, we've been hosting those online via Kaiser Live, which is really great. We also manage all the clubs and organizations. So you might be interested in student government or Student Veterans Association, for example. And so we organize those for the campus, and that's a lot of fun for our department as well. If you do have any questions about student services, please make sure you put those in the chat box. And now I'm going to turn it over to Ron Lewis, Director of Admissions. Thank you.
Thank you again, Ms. Haviland. First of all, I'd like to take an opportunity to thank our distinguished panel for presenting today, our program director, our professors, our alumni, our students. We appreciate your participation and continuing to represent Kaiser University in such a professional manner with your experience and your continued efforts to pursue your educational goals. So again, thank you very much to our distinguished panel. I'd also like to thank everybody for spending your time to learn more about our sports medicine and fitness technology, sport management, and exercise science degree programs. What you've seen today is just a glimpse into the many rewarding degrees we offer here at the Port St. Lucie campus. If you would like to learn more information about those programs or any of our programs here, I encourage you to contact us. Our number will appear in the chat column there. It's 772-398-9990. We'll gladly arrange a time for you to speak with one of our admissions counselors, do a one-on-one telephone career planning session. We are doing currently limited access on campus. If you would prefer to meet with them in person, we are maintaining our social distancing and taking efforts to maintain our health and safety here on campus, of course. I'm also going to take information, or if you'd like to request information from me personally, you can reach me at my personal email address at rlewis, that's R-L-E-W-I-S, at kaiseruniversity.edu. And again, that will also appear in the chat column. We have financial aid for those who qualify. We are a yellow ribbon institution, recognizing the service and sacrifice given of our men and women in the armed forces. And I would also like to take the opportunity to recognize Tony and Ron for your service, and thank you very much for them. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any continuing questions, again, we look forward to discussing your career goals, sharing information about our university, and exploring whether Kaiser University is a good fit for you. We will take questions at this time if there are any, and those in the panel who are most eligible and knowledgeable to answer those questions. Be more than happy to do that for you. But thank you very much for attending, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Okay, seeing no questions at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. And again, we look forward to seeing you. Stay safe out there.
It was Linda posted on Ron's